This video is about the dream meaning of shoes. So a lot of times people will dream about shoes and want to know what that means. I believe that your shoes represent your position in life, like kind of where you're at in life, and also, where you're headed, I guess, could be. But mostly it's about like your current position and the role that you are fulfilling right now. When you're trying to interpret this dream, it's the most important thing is probably like the style of the shoe. You also want to look at the condition of the shoe, of course, the fit, and the color can also be helpful if they're a particular color. But when we look at the style, that's going to tell us kind of like the general area that this dream is pertaining to. Whether it's like for example, let's say you dream about like work shoes, like a loafer or an Oxford. Well, that's probably going to have to do with your career, your job, the role you're serving at your work. But shoes can represent just your life in general too. So, but if it's a particular kind of shoe, it can represent a certain area of your life, like athletic shoes if you're an athlete or something. Again, that would probably be, again, your job, what you're doing, your position. So let's stay with that. But what I mean by style is that you have like very formal type shoes and you have more casual shoes like sandals. And the message, for example, like if you have a work shoe, is that you are really, maybe you're really about goals, accomplishing goals, you're working towards certain things. Whereas like a sandal would be more of just a casual, laid back approach towards life, which could be good or bad depending on the context of the dream and where you are in your life. What I really think is bad is dreaming about slippers. Okay, I've had that dream where I'm wearing slippers and I was like, why am I wearing slippers in this dream? And what that was about is like I was not making progress. I had a very lazy kind of attitude about life. I just was like laid back, let things happen. But more importantly, it was that I was not prepared. I was not preparing myself for where I believe, God wanted to take me. And so that was kind of a wake-up call, like, oh my goodness, I need to get to work on developing myself and the skills I need to do whatever it is God wants me to do in this life, right? Whether professionally or just personally, whatever area. So that was a wake-up call. If let's say you dream about like maybe combat boots, that can signal that you are facing a lot of warfare. Things are really hard and your life feels like a war and you're having to fight and struggle. So again, the style of the shoe is very important. But also, very importantly, is the condition of the shoe. Are the shoes nice? Are they in good condition? Are they good quality? That's going to signify that you are well equipped, prepared, you're doing a good job, you're in a good, strong place to fulfill whatever calling is on your life. On the other hand, of course, if they're bad and falling apart, then there are things that are maybe deteriorating in your life, habits that are being destructive, that are not useful for your progress. I am so sorry about the barking. So again, poor condition would signify that there are problems. And it could be just within yourself, your thinking, or it could be in your environment. Let's say the shoe, okay, so, muddy, that's another one, muddy shoes. That would signify, again, a lot of problems, like you're being mired down in problems, and there's just so many things that are like sticking to you that shouldn't be. Maybe you have a lot of like wrong associations, or you just really need to cleanse your life get things in order, because they're affecting your calling. That's what that would mean. Okay. Next, let's look at the fit. How do the shoes fit you? If they fit well, great. Everything's wonderful, right? But if they're like too tight, then it's really showing you that there are limitations, that you're facing limitations, that you do not have, you're not in the right place to really express yourself fully. Maybe you're in a job that's just limiting you and you need to really think about moving up, or you can do bigger things. I guess you're somehow being hindered and limited. On the other hand, if they're too big, then that would indicate that you are not prepared for your current position, that you're lacking something, whether it's professional development or character development, but there's some deficiency there that you're going to have to grow into your current role, because and it could be that you just maybe feel inadequate, but I don't think so. I think it has to do with you needing to grow and feel like you kind of aren't ready for what is happening to you right now. The other thing is, and I did write some notes over here so I don't forget something. Let's say mismatched. Your shoes are mismatched. Again, somehow there are things that are not in alignment. Like it could be your own thinking, that you have contradictory goals or thoughts, you know what I mean? It could be that you are in association with people who don't have the same values and aren't headed in the same direction. So again, that would indicate a problem or a conflict of interest of some kind. Lastly, the color of the shoe, can be really important. Let's talk about like black, for example. Black tends to be, a depressing color, kind of a sad color. But it's not necessarily bad. I had a dream not too long ago where I was wearing these really nice shoes, and they were black. I remember them being black. But, the meaning that I interpreted from that is that basically I was going to be using my past trials and tribulations and some of the dark things I had to walk through in life to help other people, or that those things that I went through that seemed really dark had actually put me in a really good place to now fulfill my calling or whatever it is that I need to do. So it spoke of, it just spoke of like having those hard times now benefiting you. So it's not bad to have, black shoes or even black clothes, although it can represent dark depression, that kind of thing. Brown shoes would maybe be a little bit more positive in that you're just well grounded. You are really making good, solid decisions for yourself. You're being very sensible. White, a lot of times people dream about white shoes. It's going to probably reflect like just a real purity in what you're doing. Like your motives are very pure in that situation. It could also be a very spiritual thing where you are divinely appointed to be where you're at, but generally it's going to represent purity, right? Blue is also another color that is very spiritual. I think it's very spiritual because, like the ocean is blue and it is vast and powerful. The sky is blue and, so it's a divine color, a spiritual color. So it could represent that you are fulfilling your spiritual calling, or you are in that vein of expressing your God-given gift, let's say. red is a very powerful color. So if you have red shoes, maybe it's something that you're doing that's very visible to people, or it could also be something very impactful, very meaningful, very transformative, or it could just be trying to get your attention that you need to be very careful. Could kind of signify danger. So like you need to be very careful how you conduct yourself, let's say. What other colors are there? Green would be, green has to do with fruitfulness, productivity. So maybe you're in a very productive place where you are seeing a lot come out of, in your life right now. Whatever you're doing is very productive, very good, and I would definitely keep doing it if that's the case. Yellow could just represent, like yellow's a happy color, so it could just represent that you are just in a very joyful place, experiencing just a lot of happiness and joy with where you're currently at. So I hope that's helped a little bit to help you understand your shoe dreams. I think they're important, and they can reveal kind of where we're at and how we're doing in our current position. Guys, as always, thanks for watching, and I'm so sorry that these videos are not going to be perfect. I hate having to go back and edit them a lot, but I will try to make more as I can, and of course, like and subscribe. I hate saying that, so I'm just not going to. Thanks. Bye-bye.